This story is about a sand that kills humans, or anything, by absorbing it inside it. But what is so special about this sand, and what is its mystery? Let's find out. So the story begins, and we are shown that it is nighttime, and some teenagers were partying here. There are many boys and girls here, who were having a lot of fun here. Then two boys find a strange and big thing there. Seeing which they make fun of it, and in this fun they also break that egg-like thing a little. They did not know what this thing is. Now after having so much fun, all these friends get tired. That's why all of them sleep in their respective cars. Well, now when it is morning, all these people start waking up, and one of these girls is shown whose name was Marcia. She was sleeping on the table there. But when she opens her eyes, she finds that her health is deteriorating. She starts vomiting, and everyone thinks that maybe this is happening because of drinking at night. But Marcia was feeling very strange inside. Then another girl is shown there, who sees a bird sitting on the sand. The bird sits in a perfect shape, but suddenly the sand swallows it. Seeing this, the girl is very surprised. That how did this happen? So she quickly runs to her friend Marcia and stops her, saying that do not put your foot on the sand, it is dangerous there. But before Marcia could listen to her, she had already put her foot on the sand, and her foot also starts going inside the sand. She tries very hard to take her foot out, but in this attempt, her hand also goes on the sand. Now she gets scared and starts screaming. Her friends were watching all this, and they were also scared. How could they come to help her because something strange was happening in this sand? No one was able to understand what they should do. Now seeing the condition of Marcia, her friend sitting in the car comes to help her, but everyone stops him, where he does not listen to anyone, and as soon as he puts his foot on the sand, he falls on his face. The boy falls on his back and gets stuck to the sand. He tries hard to free himself, but now his skin had started sticking to the sand. His whole body was injured by the sand, and seeing this, his friends start the car so that they can somehow pull their friend up. But their car also does not start. Now one of the boy's friends throws a rope towards him, but the boy was not in a condition to catch that rope, and in the next few moments, his whole body gets immersed in the sand, where all the other people keep watching all this. Now they were very scared, and everyone plans that they will get out of here soon. Now the boy who was sitting on the driving seat of the car, his name was Yona, tries to start the car again, but it was not happening. Then we see a fat man who is in a drum. He starts moving. Then his friends tell him that you should not move even a bit, because if you fall down, then the sand will take you inside it. That man says, "Are you joking with me?" because he has made fun of his friends. He did not see all this with his eyes. He was sleeping at that time, and now he started feeling pain in this drum. That is why he starts moving. A boy tells him that in the next 2 hours someone is coming to help us. We have called. So if you stay calm here, they will save us. Hearing this, the man agrees. But he had lied. No help was going to come. All those people were stuck here. Now Marcia's friend says that last night we had a party on this beach. Then why did this sand not do anything to us? And there were other people here too. Where did they go? Where now these people understand that all those people have gone inside the sand. And these people did not go inside the sand because they were sleeping on something above the sand. Now that fat man starts shouting again that I am burning with the rays of the sun. So his friend throws sunscreen towards him and says that apply it. It will give you relief. Now that man applies it and he gets some relief. Then all of them see the thing which they found at night, and they had damaged it. Now at night, they were not able to find out much about that thing in the dark. But now in the morning, they come to know that it was an egg, and they had made a big mistake by breaking it. That is, whatever was inside that egg has now come out. And it is also possible that whatever was inside that egg has gone into this sand and it is hunting them. Now Jonah also understands that those people cannot do anything for themselves like this. They will have to do something themselves. That is why he picks up a skateboard and tries to go near the table by walking on it. Now as soon as he reaches the table, his board starts slipping and his feet also slip and come very close to the sand. Then something comes out of the sand and starts touching his stomach. But Jonah shows courage and immediately climbs on the table where a bag was kept and there were some snacks in it. He also gets a banana from this bag. But when he eats it, he vomits. And when he looks at his stomach, so there was a wound there. Actually, this infection was caused by the same sand thing. Everyone gets very scared seeing this, but Jonah tells them not to worry. It is nothing. You guys just think about your survival. But now Jonah's wound starts hurting, and he feels very bad. Blood starts coming out of his wound, and seeing this, his girlfriend starts crying. Jonah tells her not to cry. You have to stay strong, and Jonah lies down there. Then a girl sitting in the car tells everyone that our phones are in the trunk of the car, where we have to do something or the other to take them out so that we can call for help. But no one wanted to take this risk because the trunk could not be opened by sitting in the car. Now, a girl says that I will do this work. She gathers courage and goes there, but the trunk of the car does not open. Now, here a girl named Chanda gives her a piece of wood so that she can hold it tightly and does not fall towards the sand. But still she was not able to open the trunk of the car. That is why Jonah's girlfriend gives her a rod and says, now try it, where the girl finally opens the trunk of the car. But then they see someone coming from a distance. It was the supervisor there. All of them start looking at him, and when their attention is diverted, the fingers of the girl who was opening the trunk get stuck in the trunk. That is, now the trunk was closed. She screams in pain, and all of them try to call her near them, but the supervisor says that your generation does all sorts of things after drinking alcohol, but all of them tell him that we are in trouble. He brings his car towards them and starts getting down. All of them shout that don't step on the sand. But as soon as he steps on the sand, they see that nothing happens to him. Now, first of all, he goes to Jonah and gets surprised to see his stomach. Who did all this? After this, he tries to take out that fat man from the drum, but he was very fat, and he could not even move. That's why he says, don't worry. In a short while I will call my team here, who will rescue you from here. But I am not able to understand what you people are doing here. Then Jonah's friend tries to tell him everything and says that our friend's fingers are stuck in the car's trunk. The supervisor goes to her, but he does not help her. Seeing this, Jonah's friend starts shouting at him, and the supervisor goes to her and says that why are you talking to me so rudely? What is the problem with you? On which she says that you are not able to see that we are in trouble. We cannot come on the sand. This sand has already swallowed our two friends inside itself. The supervisor says that do not play this game with me. If this is the case, then how am I standing on the sand and you people also come down quickly? But Jonah's friend and her friend do not come down because they knew that this can cost them their lives. So the supervisor takes out his gun, but at the same time his keys also fall on the sand. Everyone tells him not to pick them up, but he does not listen. And as soon as his hand touches the sand to pick up his keys, the sand falls on his hand. The supervisor also traps him, but the supervisor has pepper spray which he starts spraying on him, but it is of no use. The creature bites half of his hand, which bleeds a lot. Everyone gets scared and starts screaming. Now Jonah's friend picks up his pepper spray from a distance, thinking that it might help them in defeating the creature, and now the supervisor falls completely in the sand, and the sand starts swallowing him. The sand swallows him completely, and now above, Kevin and Jonah's friend talk to one of their friends, where they now understand that nothing was happening to the supervisor because his shoes were strong and were like a towel from below, i.e. fiber made. That's why the boy tells his other friends to throw the towel towards me so that we can tie it on our feet and get out of here. When his friends throw the towel towards him, he falls down while trying to catch it. As soon as he falls down, many thread-like things come out of the sand, which were probably the tentacles of that creature, and they stick to his entire body. And they start drinking her blood, and in no time, she disappears in the sand like the rest of the people. Seeing this, they get very scared. Now Chanda starts crying by putting her hands on her ears, and Jonah's friend tells her that everything will be fine and asks her to keep a grill straight, and after keeping another grill there, she jumps from the car and goes into the car. Now as soon as she gets into the car, she slaps Chanda because it was her plan to come here, although it was not her fault. Now both of them together try to take out the fingers of the girl trapped in the trunk, and she also takes them out. Now Jonah's friend ties a towel on her hand, and on the other side we see that fat man whose whole body started aching due to being trapped in that drum. Blood also starts coming out of his body, and when that blood goes on the sand, some tentacles come out of the sand, and they came to know that there is a human being here. On the other side, those two girls find a way to reach the table by joining those grills. And now Chanda goes to Jonah, and the girl whose finger had come in the trunk of the car tells Jonah's friend that now you should go because blood is coming out of my hand, and if my blood falls on the sand, then that creature will attack us. That's why Jonah's friend walks and reaches there. Now finally the girl with the injured finger starts walking on that grill. But in the end, blood starts dripping from her hand, and as soon as she loses her balance, she falls on the sand, and the sand swallows her as well. On the other side, we see that fat man on whose drum blood was flowing, so those tentacles start getting attracted towards him. Now we see Chanda, who ties a towel on her feet and starts walking on that sand where nothing happens to her. She quickly climbs on the supervisor's car. And seeing this, that fat man also becomes very happy that now we will leave from here. But he did not know that those tentacles had emptied his drum from below, and now those tentacles grow bigger and wrap around his body. They take him down, and he is also killed. Now here that creature had become very big because it had eaten many people, and now its tentacles had become very strong. After which that creature comes near the supervisor's car and starts shaking it, due to which Shonda falls on the car. Her head hits the car, and she becomes unconscious. Now Jonah's friend was left alone, because the condition of those who were left alive was bad. She becomes very scared. And now it is night, and as soon as it is night, Chanda also regains consciousness. Then she goes to an air-water tub on which she makes Jonah lie down and takes him to the car. And when Jonah's friend is also following behind, then that creature closes the door of the car with its tentacles. Here the tentacles of that creature were shining. Blue light was coming out from them. But Jonah's friend does not lose courage, and she comes inside the car. Here she sees that there is also a gasoline can in the car, and that the creature catches hold of that can. He was not leaving it. So Jonah's friend, without wasting time, picks up another can and starts pouring gasoline all around the car, due to which some gasoline falls on the creature as well, and then she sets it on fire, due to which the creature's tentacles also catch fire, and he starts writhing in pain. Jonah's friend immediately goes inside the car and closes the door. But now the creature also starts opening the door of the car. But due to burning, his strength had now reduced, and now he gets buried in the sand. Now the journey had become quite long, and all three of them were very scared. That's why they sleep in the car itself. When it is morning, someone knocks on their car. He looked like a police officer. Now when Jonah's friend comes out and puts her foot on the sand, her foot does not stick. And Chanda also comes out, and both of them leave from here. Actually, that creature had died due to burning at night, and now there was no movement in the sand. There was peace all around. But due to Jonah's wounds, life had gone, where in the end, we come to know a very surprising thing, that actually that creature had not died yet. It had just gone into the sea, and it was going straight towards the city. That means its next target is the city. And with this, the film ends here. So do tell me by commenting how you liked this film. I will meet you in the next video.